Hi, everybody, and welcome to Chemistry 1100C, Section 12 here at Rasmussen College. I hope this introduction helps you to remember why you're here and sort everything out. Look, that's me, Dr. B. Welcome aboard. Let's go over what you're going to learn here and be reminded why you're here and why chemistry is awesome. Let's have a look around. I'll be poking around Blackboard mostly. What this course is all about, we'll have a look at the syllabus. What's due and when, we'll take a peek at the calendar. We'll look at just a couple resources, basically a periodic table and some equations you can use if you need to. And you might be wondering what's due when, because we're diving right in. This is day one, so let's have a look at those weekly announcements, and I'll be posting the first weekly announcement tonight. So let's go ahead and have a look. Why you're here and why chemistry is awesome. You are here to study chemistry, and chemistry is awesome. I hope by the time this short term is over, all 5.5 weeks of it, you'll be looking at things like, say, some rusty nails, and you will have the power to look at the nanoscale, to magnify this 1,000,000,000 times and realize that what you're actually looking at is iron atoms that have combined with oxygen atoms to make iron oxide. And chemistry is awesome. We get to blow stuff up. We provide molecular answers to questions, and I think that's why you see chemistry courses so prevalently. It's a very deep way to answer a question. And why are you guys here? I hope that you're here to make a difference. And I've read your little post that you sent today. In this era of the coronavirus, it's all very meaningful and actually touching. So you're here to make a difference. We're all here to make a difference. Cancer, pain, disease, viruses. We're here to help. Chemistry is a gateway to great fields. It really is. Whether you are going into medicine, engineering, and I don't know, perhaps nursing, you are in the right place. You are learning the foundational material you are going to need to succeed. I hope this analogy of putting on nanoscale glasses makes some sense to you. If you're dispensing medicine, I hope you don't see amoxicillin, but rather you see that chemical structure and you're thinking about it, how it interacts in the bloodstream, things like that. Chemistry, we might as well know what it is. It's the study of matter and how it changes. What's a chemical? Well, you might think of a chemical as a dangerous term, but really scientists think of it as any pure form of matter, an individual substance. Not a cocktail, not a mixture, a pure form of matter. And our essential question that we'll be asking for the next 5.5 weeks is, what is everything made out of? People have been asking this question for a while. Democritus asked it 2,200 years ago. Robert Boyle asked it in 1661. He wrote a little poem about it. I'm not going to read it, but I think I'd like you to have a look at that. And I hope you'll realize that people are just trying to get at the truth of things. They're trying to speak plainly so that people can understand what is going on. Let's have a look around. I'm going to show you these little screenshots that I took and show you what I think is prevalent, because I was just thinking it's day one and you're probably seeing all this stuff and saying, oh my God, where do I look? There's just too much here, right? Because this is not exactly a welcome, do this kind of appearance. There's stuff all over the place. So let's try to break it down. Well, this is us. This is the course. So if you are on Blackboard and you're on the home page, this is what you should see. Your grades are perfect so far. You'll be clicking on those, I'm sure, from time to time. The syllabus is very important. I'm going to actually go on and take a look at that. A lot of it is kind of boilerplate, if you know what I mean. It's just like generic stuff, but there's also important things there too. There's our e-textbook. We don't have to lug around a big heavy one. This is a required posting. I understand many of you are familiar with this already. It's how we safely take tests. Welcome to the course. I can't scroll here. This is just an image, but this is what I posted for trying to just tell you where to get started and welcome aboard. That's me. Here's my number. Here's my email. Let's see. You've already almost all posted something to the discussion board. That's required by tomorrow. I'll go over what's due for the week. And we have 6 modules. We'll go over that. There's a lot of slides here, so I think I'll keep rolling. Right here, I didn't get it into the image, but that's where the calendar shows up, and that's a useful link to see what's due when. If you scroll down, you'll see this. We've got 6 modules. We've got the Grade Center here, and these are some of the other things that you're going to see. One module to me means a weekly assignment, right? That's what's due each week. And when you click on the modules, you'll see things like this. It divides up into the module when you click on it, and within that there's a lot of stuff that you need to know, and some of this takes quite a long time estimated to go over. You'll need to know that for the test, you'll need to know that to understand chemistry, but then there's what you need to do. And when you see these module exercises, those are worth points, and those are things that you need to do. Everything's due Sunday night at midnight. If you clicked on the calendar, which you'll find right there, you would see this, and you'll see it populated with when things are due. So right now it's April 6th, and this is day 1. Module 1 has just begun. You can go ahead and take a look at some of this stuff, the review material. And by tomorrow, I'd like to see you have posted something on the discussion board. I think 14 people already did, maybe more. 7 p.m. is when we'll have our live discussion, so you'll get to see me and hear us talk, and we'll go over the week 1 material. For the first week, it'll be a little different. We'll have some administrative stuff we got to cover. And then at 12 p.m., everything's due. 12 noon, first discussion review, and then at midnight on Sunday, that's when Module 1 is due, and then we kick in, do the same thing for Module 2, etc., etc., etc. Okay, let me get out of this just for a second. I just want to show, and I really don't want to take too much of your time, but here is actually what I see when I'm looking at the website. And so here's the course, here's the home, right? So that's what we're at. We're at the home page right here. And here's the announcements. There's that lockdown browser. Read this friendly introduction to the course, so you can take a look at that and see everything there. There's our e-text, the syllabus I'm going to take a look at briefly. It's kind of long. I couldn't really copy it and paste it, but here's what you'll learn how to do. There's our text, some resources. It's a 5.5-week course. Everything's due Sunday at midnight. I will have a pacing chart because, well, there is a lot of material each week. There's the hourly breakdowns, and put it this way, I think that really to get through this course, it's important that you try to not cram. It's important that when something's due on Tuesday, you're on schedule. Otherwise, it's just kind of hard to catch up. I will offer, if you're experienced in chemistry before, some shortcut methods or some other methods that you can use that might be a little bit time-saving, but the foundational stuff kind of just has to be learned. Here's the course requirements, how things are graded. It breaks down by labs, quizzes, etc., our grading scale. And I'll let you read all this at your leisure. Policies, things like that. Okay. Let me get back into the main thing here. I thought it might be a good idea just to post a periodic table. You're welcome to use that anytime you need to for anything. And I've tried to make it user-friendly. You'll see a lot of added stuff here. I use this at other colleges. Here's some chemistry equations. There's probably a lot more that you need here, but a lot of students find these things handy when they're trying to remember formulas or what a mole is or how to convert from a mole of A to a mole of B, things like that. So use it, don't use it. It's available if you want it. Hey, if you want to print it out, that's fine too. That's how the grade breakdown, that was from this syllabus. Now, I did take everything that was worth points for each of the 5 weeks, and I looked it all up, and it's all in the grading. And this is how it all breaks down for week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. If you're wondering where the points come from and how you get an A, well, that's how it breaks down. So each one of these is what's due on Sunday night at midnight. And here's our weekly summaries. I'm going to post this one tonight, and we're going to post one of these every week. So here's week 1. This is module number 1, what you're going to learn. Here's all the assignments. These assignments here are foundational. You'll find some optional videos that might be helpful if you don't understand the little review that's provided for you. You don't have to watch them. Once you're done with that, that's typically Monday and Tuesday. See this pacing chart? Very important. I think really you're going to want to try to stay with this to avoid cramming on it and have a really bad Sunday. So get your review material out of the way. Realize it has 0 point value in terms of the activities, but you'll need it for the test and you'll need it to understand how to do these actual activities. So these are actually the labs. You do 2 labs. There's a written assignment. There's a quiz, and you participate in the live classroom for 15 points. Hand it all in. This is how it breaks down, and week 1 is done. In terms of the rubric for each lab, I'll have this posted as well. So when you do the lab number 1, which is worth 35 points, that's where it comes from. When you do lab number 2, that's how it breaks down. And here's for each thing. And I've done this for each week. Be aware that things can change often, and I'll be upgrading this. So try to always be using the latest version. This is week 2 and the rubrics, week 3 and the rubrics, week 4 and the rubrics, week 5 and the rubrics, and it's the same pattern every time. Take a couple days to go over the review assignments, the foundational material, then dive into the activities, the modules, starting at about on Wednesday. Get them all done by, say, Friday. Take the quiz on Saturday. Participate in the discussion, and you are done. Everything's due at midnight, and you're good. If you're saying to yourself, I have a very strong background in chemistry, I don't know if I need to dive into this as much, you could go ahead and try reviewing this a little more briefly to give you more time to spend on the other things. If you're saying, oh God, I don't know anything about chemistry, I have never taken a chemistry course in my life, take the time you need to understand these. If it still doesn't make sense, try these optional videos. Try Khan Academy. Try something to understand it. It really helps to have a study buddy or a friend, and I really encourage you guys to use those discussion sections to help each other out. There's also a tutoring system that you may want to take advantage of, but don't go it alone, especially if you're struggling. Get some help. Talk to me and I can point you in the right direction. And that's how it rolls. So week 5. Last week is brief. I think it's just a couple days. Final exam and the live classroom, and that's it. And that is how we roll. All right. I look forward to chatting with you guys at our live online meeting on Wednesday at 7. Until then, I'll look for what you guys have to say in the discussion board and send me an email for any reason that you need to. All right, thanks a lot, everybody, and have a great night.